Meow, meow. Guten Tag. Hello, hello. Welcome back to the lectures of my book, IT ERP Projects, 33 Years of Experience, 99 Thoughts, 66 Minutes to Read. As always, straightforward reading of one of my chapter and then explaining what I was thinking about. No cut, no nothing, just a virtual background and some AI sound enhancement. That's all. If you like, put the like button, share it, spread it out, let me know. Connect on LinkedIn or wherever you find me. There's only one Pirmin Bircher. Okay, let's start. Thought number 36. Free the resources. Make sure you can free the needed internal resources. Having critical roles covered with people who are attributed 50% of their time for the ERP will not work. They need to be fully attributed and committed to this critical task. Prepare the backfill of these early enough to make sure that the replacement person is trained well enough to support the daily business. Some persons may only be needed for individual tasks with a small amount of time, but these persons need to be available when they are needed. Sooner or later, you will struggle with the availability of resources, either for the project or for the operative business, which generates your money and therefore is often privileged. Make sure you have the answer on this. So, I think this is one of the most critical parts in these large projects to have, first of all, resources and then the right resources. Very often, people from the business line are attributed as a percentage of the work time, 50%, 20%, or whatever you want. The other time, they are supposed to continue their as-been business job. If it is an individual question task and half a day something, that can work. But if these peoples have to cover a business ownership role, have to guide and drive and work with the consultants, the external partners to drive things ahead, you need them more than just half an hour. Okay? So often these people are attributed maybe 50% of their time in a project charter so that these business consultants, business process owners, key master users, however you call them, should on the paper based work a huge amount of their time for the project. This can work if you have enough resources for your daily business. Most of the time in a business which is working more or less good, you don't have resources in abundance. So you have to spread them between operation and the project. Sooner or later, you will start to struggle with the operative business because these people need to support. So they will neglect their ERP project or their project work. Therefore, the project slows down. Or if they increase the working time on their ERP project, they will neglect the operational business, which at the end goes to your balance sheet. So if you have people, key strategic people in the ERP project, in these large projects, be sure that they have the needed time they need for that project. In these larger complex projects, you have, 5, 10, 15 business areas that work together. If one of those business areas is slowed down because the resources is not available, the project progress is slowed down. So all goes with the resources. So if you take somebody out of the operation apart from the business, there should be a backfill. If you hire a new person or promote somebody, in that person, be sure that is sufficiently trained to replace that person, and the ERP project resource can work really the time needed. If you have an individual very special task where you need a very, very specialist for a very, very short time, also make sure that this person is available at that point of time. You need it. You don't need Stephen from the sales department in 15th of August when the project meeting is on the 1st of July. He needs to be free on 1st of July where the other 15 streams work together. It depends really on the strategic resources. And attributing somebody 5 or 10 or 15% of their working time to a project and that person is a master user, a key user, whatever you call it, that will not work. Either that person has to make a huge amount of over hours, which is then burning that person, so don't do that, or the operation business will suffer, or the project will suffer. These huge projects are won or lost on a major part with resources, not only financial, not only external resources, but also the availability and the commitment of the internal people. What you can do, make sure that the people have their work time free for these projects. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Adele. Meow, meow.